Last year, the Scanlon Foundation Research Institute's Mapping Social Cohesion survey found that despite the pandemic, Australia had seen increased social cohesion. COVID-19 hadn't caused a fracture, it had united us. But what about now? More than a year after the pandemic, with borders closed and cities locked down, have we fatigued? What is the national mood? How have our attitudes changed? What does the Mapping Social Cohesion survey reveal about the character of the Australian society in a time of pandemic? The lockdowns were our main concern. 59% said it was the most important problem facing Australia today, almost the same number as in 2020. The major shift in opinion, however, relates to the government's ability to contain the spread of the virus. While still the majority, approval of the federal government's response to the pandemic fell significantly. Even so, despite headline-grabbing protests, the lockdowns in response to the pandemic won close to universal endorsement, with even stronger support for the measures in our most lockdown cities. Tracking levels of trust in the federal government shows that while trust fell this year, it remains well above the long-term average. This year, trust is a defining feature of the Australian mood. 52% agree that most people can be trusted, significantly higher than the 43% before the pandemic in 2019. This finding is significant, with major international surveys in 2014 finding that out of 52 countries, only 5, including Australia, have a majority of the population endorsing the view that most people can be trusted. Optimism for the future has grown throughout the pandemic. 71% say they're optimistic about our country's future, up from 63% before the pandemic in 2019. Even in regard to finances, Australians are optimistic. Despite the pandemic's impact on employment, 71% are satisfied or very satisfied with their financial situation, and 72% agreed Australia is a land of economic opportunity, where in the long run, hard work brings a better life. Both numbers are higher than before the pandemic. With borders closed and migration halted, how have Australians' views towards people from other countries changed? The survey found there has been no increase in reported discrimination between the July 2020 report and this year's report. Yet, as with previous years' surveys, a worrying finding remains that people from non-English speaking backgrounds face the highest levels of discrimination. Interestingly, despite no growth in reported discrimination, there's been a huge spike in the number of people who say racism is a very big or fairly big problem in Australia. This number grew 20%, an increase that is almost unprecedented in the survey's history. It is not clear why this occurred in 2021 and not in 2020. Analysis of strong negative responses, that is, those who are the most likely proponents of racist and xenophobic views, suggest this represents a shrinking proportion of the population. The number of people who strongly disagree with multiculturalism and migration has continued to fall. The findings from this year's Mapping Social Cohesion reveal a cohesive country. Despite the pandemic, Australians have proven themselves to be more optimistic, trusting and aware, although increasingly concerned at what they see as the level of racism in their country. Download the full report and read the detailed findings at scanloninstitute.org.au or join the conversation at #SocialCohesionReport.